Good morning, students. Now we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 15, probability. Okay, we are going to start with a random experiment. We have a 2 rupee coin with head and tail. Now, if I toss this coin 10 times, let's toss it. Okay, now we are going to record the result. It is tail. Okay, second times, again tail. Third times, it is head. It is again head. Again head. It is again head. It is tail. Again tail. Again tail. It is head. Okay, now if we want to have probability of heads, what we are going to do, we are going to count how many numbers of heads are here. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 divide by total trials. Total trials are 10. We can say 5 ones are 5 and 5 twos are 10. So probability of H is 1 by 2. Now probability of tail. It is again, if 5s are heads, then 5s will be the tails. That again becomes 1 by 2. Okay, let's try again with the same coin. Head. It is tail. It is head. Again head. Again head. Again head. Again head. Again head. I think this coin likes head. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 times complete. Again head. Let me toss it again. It is tail. Now see, this time probability of head is, see, if I remove this 2t, then 8 times head by 10, we can say it is 0.8. Probability of t is 2 by 10, that is 0.2. Okay, so what is this? What we have done here? We have achieved probability of head and tail by the practical, by the experiment. Okay, so first of all we need to understand this, that we have two types of probabilities. One is practical and one is theoretical. Okay, this experiment, that what have done here, is called as practical probability or empirical probability. Okay, the probability that we achieve by the experiment is known as the practical probability. Okay, but we cannot say that this probability is accurate, because we have seen here that in two different experiments with same number of trials with the same coin, we have different properties, we have different probabilities. So we cannot say fix, we cannot say that fix is that probability of head is 1 by 2 and probability of head is 0.8, what we are going to take. Okay, that is why it becomes problematic for us to take take a decision that which probability is accurate. Okay, for that just trying 10 times is not enough. Okay, 10 times trying is not enough, we have to do it for multiple times. For example, we have to do it for 1,000 times or 10,000 times or perhaps a million time also. Okay, but practically this is not possible here for us. Okay, but practically if I toss this coin for, let's say, for a 1 lakh time, okay, the probability will seems to be like this, half. Okay, so that is called theoretical probability, that we cannot do it practically. Okay, we cannot toss this coin for 1 lakh time. Okay, we don't have that much of time. Okay, but it is a thought that if we repeat this experiment for so many times, for multiple times, okay, then probability becomes this half and half. Okay, this is called theoretical probability. So first of all, in this chapter number 15, probability, we have two types of probabilities: experimental, which is also called as empirical probability, and theoretical probability. We have studied this experimental probability, the probability that we gain by experiments, okay, by practical experiments. This is called experimental probability. And theoretical probability that we have discussed here, that we have to do that same experiment for a longer time, okay, for more time. Okay, then we get a probability, and that probability is known as theoretical probability. Now one question arises. See, this is the method of finding the probability by experimental method. Okay, just see here what we have done here. To find the probability of head, what we have taken here, we have taken all the outcomes of head, and here we have all the total outcomes, or we can say number of trials. This is the number of trials. Okay, this is not outcome, this is the number of trials. 10 trials we have, so we have taken here 10. Okay, so to find the probability practically, we have a formula here: number of trials in which the event happened. See, number of times. If head is here, head happens here 5 times, so we have taken 5 times. So number of times the event happened. Event means what? That event that we have to find the probability. Okay, we are intended to find the probability of head here, so we are going to observe how many times head comes. Okay, and here is the total number of trials. We have 10 trials here. That is how we can have the probability experimentally: number of trials in which the event happens and total number of trials. But what about theoretical probability? Because in theoretical probability we have to toss this coin for 1 lakh time, and we are not going to do that practically. Okay, so here we have some answers from which we can have the probability. Okay, 5 times head, 10 times head, or 5 head, or 6 head, or 8 head, that much. Okay, but here we are not going to do the experiment practically, because we don't have that much of time. Okay, or everybody that does not have that much of time. So how we are going to do this theoretical probability? To find that theoretical probability, mathematicians have done this for that longer time and observed these things, and they have made a formula here: that number of outcomes of favorable to E means any event, upon number of all possible outcomes of experiment. Now we are going to understand this number of outcomes and here number of all possible outcomes. Now what is the number of outcomes? See, we have studied in 9th standard that if I toss a coin 3 times, okay, but we are not going to do it like this, that head or tail, okay, we are going to have all the possible answers. See, if I going to toss a coin 3 times, it may be possible that all 3 is head, or head head tail, head tail head, tail head head, or head tail tail, tail head tail, tail tail head, or we can have 3 times T. So we have here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We have total 8 outcomes. Okay, now we need to find the probability of, let's say, A, when A is the event of 2 heads. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to take all the events where it have 2 heads. See, 1 2 and 3, divide by 8. So what is this 3? 3 is the number of outcomes favorable to E, favorable to E in any event. So here what is the event? 2 head comes, that is the event. So what are the favorable outcomes? That is 1 2 and 3. Okay, and this number of all possible outcomes, so this is the all possible outcomes, 8 possible outcomes. Okay, so we have the probability 3 by 8. That is how we can have the theoretical probability. Okay, that is the difference between experimental probability and theoretical probability. In experimental probability, we practically do the experiment, note the results, and on the basis of result we find out the probability. Whereas in theoretical probability, we are noting all the possible outcomes, we are not noting all the possible results. See, that is the difference. Here we have all the results, that is the practical probability. Here we don't have all the results, here we have all the practical outcomes. If we toss a coin 3 times, then that will be the answer, that will be the answer, that will be the answer. We have to first of all list all the possible outcomes. On the basis of that, we can have this kind of probability. Okay, that is the theoretical probability. So first of all, you need to understand the difference, that in theoretical probability we have all the possible answers that we have achieved by the practical method, and here we don't have all the possible answers, here we have all the possible outcomes. Okay, these are the possible outcomes that may be that may be there in future. Okay, that we can get in future. For example, if I do the same thing by the experiment, okay, see, head is here, that is head, that is tail, and that is head. So we have 2 head and 1 tail. Okay, by this way, 2 head and 1 tail, 2 head and 1 tail, 2 head and 1 tail, here we have 2 head and 1 tail. So by this we can have 3 by 8. Practically what we can say? We can say nothing here. Okay, how we can say that 2 head and 1 tail has how many probability? Okay, so that is how this theoretical method is more accurate, and in 10th standard we are going to study the theoretical probability. Okay, now we first need to understand this, that probability of any event can be 0. Okay, for example, here if I want to have a probability of any event that 4 head comes, 4 head, so we can't have 4 head. Okay, so here the outcome is 0 because there is nothing, there is not even a one outcome which favors to this condition, and divided by 8 is 0. Okay, so this type of condition cannot be fulfilled. Okay, so probability of any event can be 0. And which type of event is this? It is called as impossible event. Okay, 4 outcomes by 3 trials is not possible. That is why it is impossible events. Okay, we cannot have 4 heads by trying 3 times. Okay, so that is called impossible event. So we have to understand this, that probability of any impossible event is always 0. Okay, we have to keep this in mind, that probability of any impossible event is 0. Okay, now probability of any event can be 1, can be equal to 1. How? See here, we have this much outcome. Okay, now if I have any event, let's say any event A. Now what is the condition of A? That head occurs at least one time or tails occur at least one time. We can consider any of them. Okay, so here head occur at least one times. At least one means minimum one. We can have more than one. Head occurs at least one times. Head occur at least one times. Head occurs at least one times. Here head occurs at least one time. Here tail occurs at least one times. Okay, so whenever we have an event that head occurs at least one times or tails occur at least one times, okay, we can take all these outcomes, 8 outcomes, and total outcomes is also 8. 8 by 8 is 1. So that event is called as sure event. Okay, I will give you another example. Let's have an example here. Let's instead of coin, let's toss a cube. Okay, so if I toss a cube one time, okay, then the possible outcome will, it may be answer is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, these will be the possible outcomes. Now if I want to have probability of B, where B is number less than 7, if I want to have number less than 7, we can say all the numbers are less than 7. Okay, so we can take all these 6 outcomes. Total outcomes is also 6. Okay, 6 by 6 is 1. So we can say probability of B is 1. Okay, so sure event is what? The event whose probability is 1 is known as sure event. Now we need to understand one extra thing, that is complement of an event. See, if I have the previous answers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have event B. What it says? It says that the numbers greater than 3. Greater than 3. So greater than 3 is 4, 5, 6. So probability of B becomes, here we have 3 numbers. Total numbers are 6. But that is 1 by 2. Okay. Now what is the complement of? If I take this B dash. Dash means complement. It is also written as P bar. Meaning of both are same. It represents a complement of event B. Now what is the complement of event B? Complement of any event is nothing but, here event B is what? Number greater than 3. Complement means number not greater than 3. Not greater than 3 means these 3 numbers. Okay, so probability of B is these 3 numbers. These are not greater than 3. 3 numbers divided by total 6 numbers is 1 by 2. Now how this B dash comes? It comes by subtracting B by 1. See, 1 minus probability of B. B is what? Half. Take the LCM of 2. Multiply 2 here. 2 ones are 2. 2 minus 2 is 1 by 2. Okay, so we need to understand this, that complement of any event is nothing but 1 minus probability of B. We can do the same thing here. If I take this B here and B dash here, we can also write it like this: probability of B equal to 1 minus probability of B dash. We can also write it here like this. Okay, whenever we need to find the complement, we are just going to subtract that event from 1. We need to find the B dash, then we subtract B from 1. We need to find the probability of B, we can also subtract B dash from 1. Okay, we can do both. Okay, we will start the exercise 1 in our next video. Thank you.